Hey guys, this is Makowski making another video regarding my car accident that put me in a coma for 3 months and how I made a miraculous recovery. I made a video a few days ago, a very brief one. I received quite a few inquiries about more details, so this video is going to go into detail, explaining everything as I can recall from my accident. On the morning of May 21st, 1996, I drove my red Ford Mustang to school one morning. I went to St. Thomas Aquinas High School. That morning it was raining so hard that apparently you couldn't even see 5 feet in front of you. Well, I came up to the intersection of California Avenue and Pilot Knob in Louisville, Ohio. And I guess I was a little bit out in the intersection. I'm not real sure. This truck came by and hit me right on the driver's side door. And from that point, I was out of it for the next 3 months. They had to use the jaws of life to cut me out. I was taken by ambulance to Timken Mercy Hospital in Canton, Ohio. They would not even let my mother come back to see me. She asked if I was alive, and they said, "Ma'am, you can't come back here to see him." Then they gave my parents an ultimatum. They said, "If you have any hopes in this kid surviving, I suggest you get him up to Cleveland Metro in Cleveland, Ohio." So that's what my parents opted to do. So I was then life flighted to Cleveland Metro Hospital in Cleveland, Ohio. Once again, I tore the left frontal lobe of my brain, had severe bleeding on my brain. I broke my jaw, my collarbone, my scapula, 3 broken ribs, 2 collapsed lungs, broken hip, broken pelvic bone, and I tore tendons in my leg, and I was in a coma for 3 months. By the grace of God, I woke up. I had to undergo so much therapy. I'm talking physical therapy, speech therapy, occupational therapy, pool therapy, all this different kinds of therapy because I wasn't right. I didn't know how to act, I didn't know how to talk, I didn't know how to eat, I didn't know how to walk. It's like a newborn baby just being born. I didn't know anything. So, I just had to learn everything. When I did wake up from the coma, one of the first things that I said to my mother was, "Mom, when are we gonna go get my license?" I thought I was 14 years old when I woke up. My mother and father spent every day at the hospital with me for the duration of the 3 months that I was in the hospital. Um, so this accident happened the tail end of my sophomore year of high school. As I said, I went to St. Thomas Aquinas High School in Louisville, Ohio, and that was a Catholic school. And the father there said that I had sufficient grades. He was just going to let me go on and graduate. So I went on to graduate. Then my junior year comes around, and I was homeschooled because I wasn't right to physically go out there and go to school. So I had a tutor come into my home and tutor me like 3 or 4 days a week. So we did that, and then obviously my senior year I went on to go back to school. But all this time, it was a struggle, and for my parents to see me fighting to get back to somewhat normal. The doctors all told my parents that they'd be lucky if I'd ever work at McDonald's for the rest of my life. Um, so after this, I went on to attend the University of Akron in Akron, Ohio. I majored in hospitality management. I got an associate's degree. I carried a 3.0 grade point average all through college, and I've worked in the food service industry ever since then. Then I attended a Barbizon modeling and acting school in Akron, Ohio. It was about a 3-month or whatever schooling. So I did that, And then they informed us of this convention that was going on called IMTA, International Modeling and Talent Association. They hold 2 competitions every year, one in New York City, one in Los Angeles. Well, I chose to go to the one in New York City. So I attended that. You go to a bunch of different competitions doing cold reads and whatever, acting things. So there I met this wonderful agent. I sat down and I spoke with her, and she said that she could really help me and she would love to help me, but I would need to move out to Los Angeles. So um, I got back and bounced around the ideas a little bit. Then I chose to move out there with my son's mother. My son wasn't born yet, obviously, so we had just moved out there. She got pregnant. I stayed out there and continued trying to make things happen. I was in a national Burger King commercial. I was on the TV show The Castle. I was on the TV show Big Bang Theory. I was in a bunch of independent films. I have an IMDb account. So then, we chose to move back when she was like 8 months pregnant, just because we wanted to be around family. Um, then I don't know, some time had passed. When my son was about 8 or 9 months old, we split up, and she met somebody else. And she chose to move to North Carolina with my son, without me knowing or whatever. But she chose to go that route. I couldn't visit him. I had no visitation rights, whatever, and the court systems were just being ridiculous. So I chose to move back out to Hollywood. So I moved back out to Hollywood. I was out there for 11 months. And things, I did some more independent films, some promotional work, this and that. Nothing huge this time. But then my son's mother moved back to Ohio, so I moved back. And continued fighting for visitation rights and whatever. All in all, I finally received custody of my son in late August of 2012. I hung up my acting career and focused on being the best father that I could be. Um, so now, um, you know, I'm a boy laying in a bed, being in a coma, my parents being told that I'm just gonna be a vegetable. Now I do the most intense workouts daily, P90X and Insanity and Beachbody workouts, stuff like that. I worked out with Tony Horton, the creator of P90X, on Santa Monica Beach in Los Angeles, California. I worked out twice with Sean T, who is the Insanity creator. I now live a normal life, and my situation isn't known by others unless I bring it up to them, I tell them, or they see my random scars all over the place. Um, I attend church weekly with my son, because I try to get him to know the Lord, because I know without a doubt what he brought me through. There's no way in the world that this is a coincidence. The odds were against me. Everyone said that I was gonna die. I had no chance of survival, and now I'm I'm just a normal person. Pictures of my car and of myself are on the YouTube page. I also have pictures here. I'll try to let you see. That was my car from the accident. This was the truck that hit me. This is me being in a coma. This is me still in a coma. Me still in a coma. Me still in a coma. And me still in a coma. I mean, this story I feel I am so passionate about. I feel this needs to get told. It can touch so many lives, and it is so inspirational. I ask you if you have any further questions or anything that you want to know about, or please contact me. My email is ericmakowski@gmail.com. That is ericmakowski@gmail.com. And I tell you, anything is possible if you believe it's possible. Thank you for watching this, and I hope to God that somebody has enough faith in this story as I do, because I know without a doubt that this is such an inspirational story. This word needs to get out for all the lives across the world that this can touch. I'm living the normal life, and I thank you, Jesus, for that. So please don't be afraid to contact me. My email once again is ericmakowski@gmail.com. I thank you in advance.